The first question I have is, who or what is a financial angel? There are all kinds of people who may call themselves angels. One is an investor in a prepackaged private placement. Is he an angel? Well, he's investing money, but he's investing money in a deal where he's not negotiating, where the due diligence is well, he really doesn't have any opportunity to do due diligence. He gets a book, and he has to hope it's true, and he invests in it on terms that are all canned. So that's not usually what you think of as an angel, although people who do that sometimes call themselves angels. Another is the classic earliest investor, which is friends, family, and fools. Are they angels? Well, maybe, but they're not really investing for any of the right reasons. They're investing because they're out of love. Then there are solo angel investors. They're really angels. They're investing because they believe in the opportunity, but they're doing it on their own, and sometimes they're doing it without a lot of organization. And if you have too many of them, you can go crazy. Imagine negotiating with 10 different angels, all wanting to do their own due diligence, all wanting to negotiate their own terms. And then you have the last kind of angel, which is the kind we have represented here today, which are angels who are members of an angel group, where you have one person doing due diligence and one person negotiating with you, and many people hopefully investing as a result of that. And that's what we're going to explore today. So let me start out by posing a question. First of all, do any of you ever invest alongside one of those other kinds of angels?
I think I would quibble with your definition, because I would think that in Boston at least we have a large community of independent angels who invest alongside or separately from the groups or from members of the groups. As a member of 3 groups, I'm still always investing as an individual. We have a couple of groups in Boston that invest as funds, but mostly we invest as individuals. And so we don't look so different from those individual angels. We do share a lot of due diligence, but we will share it with those individuals. They will share it with us. So there's a lot of exchange there. So I think that the groups are a convenient forum for seeing a lot of deals, for filtering deals, for doing due diligence, but the individual angels are a very important component of our ecosystem.
Well, those individuals, how much money are they putting in typically?
Often much more than any individual from the
so you're talking a super angel.
No,
you're not talking about a guy putting in 25 or 50,000.
It's all over the map.
So what does a company do when they have to deal with 10 people who are each putting in 50,000? They each want to do their own due diligence, and they each want to have conflicting terms. Well, what do you do?
Typically that doesn't happen. What we see most often is a very loose form of syndication, where, for example, one of the deals that Ty and I are both in, there were 40 individuals from 8 or 9 different groups all over New England that participated in the deal on a single term sheet with shared due diligence. And so it became a very smooth process. Syndication is the norm in our field in Boston.
So Boston angels cooperate with each other and they form de facto groups, you mean?
Yes, we all love each other. It's the VCs we don't like.
I hate to ask what you think of the lawyers. Ty, you're chopping at the bit to say something.
No, I agree with everything Ben said, except for I like VCs. But I think it's you can't characterize. You can try to block it down, but I think the more experienced the angel, the less likely they are to be in a group because they have so many contacts and connections anyway. But I think every angel needs to start in a group to learn and to get the network.
Okay, in Maple Leaf Angels,
you know, actually, I agree with everyone here because we're too close to disagree with each other. But if you look at it, how it's organized, really, it usually starts with the friends, family, and fools, and it's emotional money. And will, in many cases that we see in Canada, I can't pledge for in the States, but Quebec very much so, and starting in Ontario, and other areas, you have government funds that come in with IRAP programs, et cetera, et cetera. Then you have the angel category as an asset class, and they come in at a later stage. They may put in a little more. They may put in sometimes equal amounts or less, indeed. And after that process, then you'll go to the VCs and subsequently either an exit or merger or the public market. So that tends to be the ecosystem.
Well, this can happen when you have a community of very sophisticated angels who know that you can't have 10 people going 10 different ways. But what about in a place like Quebec?
Yeah.
Francois?
You know, one amazing thing, and that's something interesting, I think, for my friend. Here in Quebec, the fact of angel groups is very new. As you know, for perhaps the last 20 years, the VC take all the place in town. They take all the deal. They were everywhere. Now then they decide perhaps 5, 6, 7 years ago to go out of seed and startup. They're the place for angel happens. Anges Québec don't create angel, but in fact we create angel groups. As you know, and it's amazing, you know, Ben, statistics in US say that about 95% of investment make every year by angel are outside the angel groups. It's most important. But in fact, a group as Anges Québec or as your own groups, we are almost like a Canadian hockey team. You know, we are the best. We are the professional. No, that's really.
That's why you have the Stanley Cup, yes?
With Boston, perhaps, Ben, we have a problem to make the comparison.
Yeah, I saw the Stanley Cup in Montreal just yesterday.
Yeah, but we try to be the best, you know. We try.
Okay.
And this year it will be perhaps different. But you know,
yeah. Sure.
But what I want to explain it there, it's a lot of people, since a lot of times, who are making deal as angel.
Yes.
But it's different to make one deal, and it's different to make that like, you know, a professional. Mm-hmm. A professional is coming in our groups, you know, and he can make 3, 4, 5 deals a year. That's what we are doing, and that's the base of our organization.
Now, do you find angels in Quebec who go their own way and sort of put the company through what I was afraid they might?
And that's correct. That's correct. You know, it's.
So how do you deal with that when that happens?
Oh,
do you tell them quiet down and let us guide you?
Yeah, but you know, and that's the because also the fact that we are new. Just an explanation, and that's important for the people here. You know, one is Ben is talking about the business angel group in Boston. Do you know how many groups of angel groups they have in Boston, Ben?
20?
20 groups.
At least 20.
20 groups.
I didn't count.
20 groups by about 50 members of groups. Let's say it's around 1,000 people. You know? Anges Québec, in fact, you know, we are not the biggest one. Martin say we are the biggest one. You know, we are certainly the best one. And you know why? You know why? We are the only one. It's very simple. I don't know if you are in the best group in Boston then, but we are the only one. But you know, then we have a lot of space here, a lot of things to do, and it's not with 85 members, you know, for 8 million population. Then we are very happy about where we are now. We have a lot of place to take and to
Let's try to define the term a little bit more. When we talk about angels, what are we talking about in the Boston context? A typical angel, what's he putting in? 25, 50, 100, 250, what is it?
I'd say the median investment is 20, 25.
Yeah. It's a small change. Is
by company or by angel?
You know, each angel's check.
Each angel's check.
And
for each angel group, how many $25,000 checks is one likely to get?
The range of total investments, I'd say, is typically between $500,000 and 1.5.
So you're talking about a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the angel group, one angel group can wait, that doesn't work out.
No, one angel group might be 300 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the math just didn't work there. Mm-hmm. So you in Boston, you can expect several angel groups to cooperate.
You need that, yes.
So it's a good thing we don't have just one. You should try to get some more, Francois. Yeah. How about in Toronto? What are the angel groups like there?
So basically, in Toronto, the Maple Leaf Angel is currently the largest group. There are other groups. There are 4 groups in Toronto. If I
How
could
large
correct
are each
you,
of one about?
I was going to say the NACO, which I'm still a director, not yet quite dead, still there.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
My pardon?
We
Rumors of your death have been greatly exaggerated.
Exaggerated, exactly, right? Remember that? But basically, we've been fostering getting new angel groups, and 4 is enough, by the way, we are finding in Toronto. So you're very brave with 20.
It's crazy.
And how many were about in each?
So basically, in our group, we're about 40, and the other group is about, the other groups are usually about 30. So that's about the numbers.
About 130 angels altogether.
Probably.
Are these
probably.
real angels who they negotiate deals, or they have, not the friends, family, or fools, or the package deals, or any of those guys?
Yeah, the negotiations are done by the angels, coached by the Maple Leaf Angels in our case, and York Angels has taken our model, and we've helped them to develop.
And do the angel groups cooperate and invest together?
And they do, they co-invest, depending on which groups, but you're having that element of co-investment, and we are talking about an alliance